Hello, welcome to another episode of Wave the Brush. With me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka I've got no more AKs. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we do a lot of painting talk as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning no topic is barred, anything's up for grabs. We'll answer any question that you want. And of course, if you are a brand new viewer or you are brand new to this hobby, feel free to ask your questions here because there are no dumb questions. I've been asked a million times how to do a certain thing and I'll answer them a million more times, and you know, so happy to do it. And of course, if I don't answer your question, the monkeys will most happily answer your question as well, as they're very knowledgeable folk. And you know, so of course, if you are attending live, you can ask your questions in the chat. And if you are not attending live, you can always ask your questions. Send me an email at kris@miniwargaming.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions and, you know, present it on the show. Of course, you might just want to show off what you're working on, or you might want some help with a color scheme, or, you know, something along those lines. So I'm more than happy to help with those things. And so, speaking of monkeys, we have David Vaughn, sup Kris, sup monkeys, Anthony B, shotgun beers. Be no shotgunning of beers today. Like beers in a shotgun, or just like and just blast them right back. Some days I feel like, you know, that's what really just like I should just have, like, at the end of my bed, I just get up and just kind of kill one right away. Just kind of, you know, get the day started. And then some days I'm happy with just the water. Old man Logan, g'day y'all, g'day. Todd Shish. Hey fellow monkeys, let's get our paint on. Our paint on? Our paint on. Get our paint on. Get our paint on? Get it, like, getting it on, man. It's like UFC, like, let's get it on. Like, let's do it. Let's hammer this out. Let's get it done. I think that's where he's going with that. David Vaughn, laughing my ass off. It always makes me laugh when I see the shirtless fat guy rise in the video. Well, that's our good buddy Gim, the bearded Gim in Discord. Nidfink, hello everyone, hello. Sir Peanut Butter, morning Kris and monkeys, morning. Anthony B, how your hammer hanging? How's the hammer hanging? The hammer is a small ball peen hammer. It hangs slightly to the left. Andy Clark, why, Kris? Why won't my teammates help me in Fortnite? Why won't your teammates help you in Fortnite? I don't know, because you're in the wrong team, man. If your teammates won't help you, then they're not teammates. Simple as that. I don't play a lot of Fortnite, but my son plays a lot of it, and my daughter plays a lot of it as well. And he seems to do very well. They've been doing the 20 versus 20 battles, and they've been coming out on top. Like, they've been, you know, winners. Even when he does it just duo, and it's him and his buddy, and they come out on top, first place, you know, a lot of times. Either he gets rocked right away, or they make it to the end. It's one or the other. Either he gets dropped like in the first 2 minutes, or he wins. It's really kind of weird. Ben Ellis, hello monkeys, hello Ben. Mad Maxim 81, hey Kris and peeps, I just assembled 3 Mephitic Blight Haulers for my Death Guard. Cool. Mephitic, is that what they call them? Mephitic? The Blight Haulers. Is that the ones with the big grinding gears in front? Or is that the tank thingies? I don't know. Man, it feels like forever since, like, the Death Guard release. And I mean, that was only like a couple months ago, and it's like, that Death Guard, that was like That was like months ago, man. Cool though. It's good you're getting stuff done though. Anthony B, is Fortnite fun? I've been playing PUBG and I'm interested in playing them. Yeah, Fortnite is fun. The graphics are way different. It's not as highly detailed as PUBG, but it has a build mechanic in it where you can basically build a fort, and you know, it's a very interesting mechanic, and I kind of like it. But otherwise, it plays exactly like PUBG, other than you can build stuff. Sandpods, afternoon, Chris, and hello, monkeys. How are we all doing this day? I'm doing well. I can't speak for the monkeys, but by the sounds of it, a lot of them are in good spirits. Charlie Sales, morning, everyone. Morning. Todd, LOL. Andy Clark, Chris, I'm doing a 20 team battles right now, too. Yeah, well, it seems like the 20-man team battles seems to be the way to go for a lot of people these days. It was just a recent update. I guess they got rid of the sniper battles in that, and so, you know, I mean, you know, the gameplay, I mean, it's funny. What I like also in the game is the dances and the emotes and stuff like that. Those are pretty hilarious. So, like, when you kill somebody, you can start doing a dance, and you're, you know, I think that's kind of funny. You know, it's a good way to, you know, cheese off your opponents and stuff. Dark Commission, hi, Chris, and Furry Ones. Aqua, good afternoon, Chris and monkeys. Good afternoon, Aqua. Sir Peanut Butter, Chris, just as to the left today, I learned. No, it hangs to the left, man. It hangs. The hanger. Somebody asked, how's the hammer hanging? I said it's a ball peen. It's a small ball peen hammer. Hangs to the left slightly.
It's a nub.
It's a nub. It's just a nub. It's one of those jeweler's hammers.
Hi, everyone.
It's Lee beside me here, by the way. Say hi, Lee. And don't say hi, Lee, but Lee.
Hi.
There we go. You might want to project a little bit more, though.
No, I just got up. First cup of coffee.
Cuss coffee?
Cuss coffee.
Cuss coffee?
Not there yet.
G squared. Hey, I must be going. Well, only here for a few minutes. Well, nice to join for a few minutes, I suppose. Ebb and Flow. Sup, everybody. Sup, Ebb and Flow. Ramv. Hey, monkeys. Hey, Chris. Ramv, thanks for adding me to the shrine. No problem. Well, I'm happy to do it. And speaking of the shrine, anybody out there who's purchased shirts, and I know there's a whole whack ton of you guys who have purchased shirts, please, please, please send me pictures of yourselves in your shirts so that I can add it to the monkey shrine, because you can't have a proper monkey shrine without, you know,
Monkeys?
Without monkeys, exactly. And I mean, like, I don't want to go around and Google a bunch of, you know, pictures of monkeys, because then that's just creepy. I'd rather have pictures of you guys, which is less creepy.
More creepy.
More creepy. I don't
Different
know.
creepy.
Different kind of creepy. Eh?
Yeah.
Sam Pot says, Lee, what's new? What's new, Lee?
Not much. Working on stuff.
I guess some of you guys might have seen that video recently that was posted.
It's not yet.
Oh, it's not out? I thought it was out.
Behind the scenes one?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't even have a thumbnail yet.
Oh, okay. Oops. So you haven't seen the video then.
I'm working on something really cool.
Yeah.
And we did a behind the scenes video.
Yeah, there's a recent behind the scenes video. Is it just going to be for the Vault? Or is it
Probably,
gonna be...
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it might be just for the Vault members. So Vault members, you're going to get a nice little treat. You're going to get a peek into the Lee hole, where Lee works on all the stuff for all our studio projects. And Matt has tasked him with a special project that he's been devoting a ton of his time to.
All of my time.
All of his time. Not just a ton, but all of his time. All of his time. And basically, it's basically to it's a lot of terrain, and so you guys don't see a lot of terrain coming out of us, mainly because, you know, like, we get a lot of terrain outsourced. You know, like Greenleaf Terrain, he does like a fantastic job doing all our tables and stuff like that. And so Lee has been tasked with doing some terrain as well, and so it's been looking really awesome so far. Yeah, for AOS.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think he'll be doing some 40K stuff soon then, after AOS?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Got something big in the pipes.
Big in the pipes.
Yeah.
It's in the pipes.
Yeah, it's in the pipes.
Whatever's in the pipes. Ishab, aloha, Chris, from Sammy C and the whole monkey crew to a promise. Jeez, Lisa, read that too fast. Promise to get my selfie monkey pic soon to ya for better or worse. Rose. W Rose. Or worse. Anthony B, episode 195. Don't Google the monkey. Don't Google the monkey. Whatever you do, don't Google a monkey. Because back in my day, Googling a monkey meant something else. Before Google was even a word. Was Google a word before Google?
Well, you had like googly eyes.
Googly eyes, okay, yeah. Googly eyes, sure, yeah. Googly eyes was a thing. Okay, so Google did exist before Google. Dan Bo, part 2. Is there a part 1? Good afternoon, Monkey Lord. I recently accidentally bought Skyrim on Steam and got addicted. Oh man, yeah, I did. I made that mistake once, long ago when Skyrim first came out. Holy man, I'd play that like while the sun was still out. It'd be nighttime, and then the sun would be coming up again, and I would realize, oh my god, I haven't slept. I've got to work. But it was just one of those games where it's like, okay, well, one more quest. Oh, I found something else. Oh, this is a secret spot over here. Oh, I discovered this. Oh, I'll just quickly check this out, and I'll head out to this area where I haven't seen before, and so I'll check it out. And oh, there's something here. Oh, there's a little mini quest in it. Oh, you know what I mean? So you just constantly keep sucked into just doing these little missions and little discoveries and exploring, and it was so much fun. I enjoyed Skyrim. I believe my son and we finished it because it was me and my son that were going back and forth playing it. With most games nowadays, I don't really have time to hammer out a full game by myself. But I'll sit and I'll watch him play, because he'll take over from where I was, and then and then of course I'm like, no, you got to go this way. No, go this way, and he gets mad at me. So I mean, whatever. But usually it's a team effort between the two of us finishing games, and we finished that game, but we didn't finish like all the side quests or anything like that. Like, oh man, there was a ton of stuff to that game, man. Skyrim is social heroin. Yeah, it is. It's social heroin. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Ben Ellis, does anyone understand GW pricing? I can buy an easy to build Redemptor Dreadnought for £25. Or Blood Angel Captain Terminator armor for £20. The pricing is bizarre. Can anyone shed light on this? No. I don't know.
Next.
Next. No, it's because like logically you think, okay, well, if it's the amount of material that goes into this and that, and you know what I mean, like and complexity and blah. Sometimes it seems like, how much use is it going to be in the army? How many are you going to buy? Well, you're not likely to buy.
That never seems to be a factor. That never seems to be a factor.
Well, how much you're going to buy?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No.
Oh. Okay. I think it kind of is. But either way. But yeah, I'm sure they have some sort of formula as to how they price things out. What it is, I have no idea. Aqua, it's heroin and cocaine in one. How would you know, Aqua? You're 12. But you do play Skyrim. So we'll see you when you're like 15.
Yeah, that's when the cocaine hits in.
that's when it all kicks in anyway, yeah. Sir Peanut Butter, man, we're never getting the new Elder Scrolls. It's just going to be Skyrim special editions forever. It's what sells, man. It's what sells. Yeah, so, it's what sells. Anthony B, that's how I'm about to breath of the Wild. Time Warp. Breath of the Wild, is that expansion? I don't know what Breath of the Wild is. Dark Mission, either that or staring at the screen gives you googly eyes with spelling mistakes. Aqua, B-O-W is addictive. B-O-W. What's B-O-W? I don't know what B-O-W is. What's B-O-W? Aqua. Please tell me, Aqua. Please tell me what is B-O-W.
I need to know.
I need to know, please. Haldane Urbanus. I like saying that name. Haldane. It sounds like an ancient Viking kind of name. Haldane. I picture this great big guy with a big effing helmet and horns coming off the helmet. And yes, I know Vikings didn't have horns on their helmets, but that's what I immediately picture. And he said, I'm Haldane. That's what.
I didn't say anything or make a face or anything. By the
way. Anyway, he says he's currently desperately trying to resist a special edition playthrough now. That is all the essential mods for me are back. Oh, for Skyrim, the special edition with like all the. Ugh. Yeah, it's gonna just suck up all your life, all of it. Whatever's left, all of it. John J. Hey all. Hey John J. Danbo Part 2. It was only £15 on Steam. There is a new one coming out soon. Ugh. G Squared. Why do you continue to ignore my comments? I didn't see your other comment. I seen that you had to leave, and then that was it. Was there a question that was asked? G squared? I don't know. Can I scroll back here? Let's see here.
Maybe you just ignored it. Yeah.
Oh, because he said Google meant 10 to the 100th power, and it was supposed to be the name of the company. 10 to the 100th power. That's a Google.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, thank you.
As soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
Yeah. And I don't know how I skipped G Square's comments. I don't know. It's not on purpose.
Maybe it's just too intelligent to comment.
Maybe my simple brain just kind of blocked it right out. No, that's too complex. I saw numbers and I saw
monkeys.
Yeah. That's a piece of candy. Ramvi, my army I play these days is Slaves the Darkness with Bloodhound Heroes. Pretty cool combo. Cool. David Vaughn, want to try Skyrim VR? Oh yeah, whenever it releases for the HTC Vive. I seen that other one that actually looked like a lot of fun. It's Guitar Hero with lightsabers. They had me at lightsabers, you know, bang and cutting the things and stuff like that. But I imagine like your shoulders would be killer afterwards. But maybe you'd be a better drummer. I don't know. It's not like a drumming game. Have you ever played Guitar Hero?
No.
Okay, you know how like all the little things are coming towards you, right?
The notes.
Well, it's a VR game, but you're holding two lightsabers, and you have to like hit the things as they're coming by.
I always thought the whole point of playing a video game is you sit in your couch and you don't have to move.
No, they want you to move now.
I know.
Mad cow crazy. Meh. The only thing that gives me googly eyes is a nice pair of firm chesticles. Aqua, it is Breath of the Wild. Oh, B-O-W is Breath of the Wild. Oh. It's Zelda. Oh, okay. Oh, you had me at Zelda, buddy. Hell day nervousness at Kris. Rolling on the floor. Couldn't be further from the truth. I'm a Mediterranean guy through and through. Barely 5'8". I do love long hair and a beard, though. Oh, I do have long hair and a beard, though. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're, Haldane, you're in Malta, right? You're in Malta, I think. If I remember correctly. Ramvi, I'm off to a concert. My mom is singing in a choir. Oh, how nice. You gonna post videos? Get video of you in the monkey shirt with your mom singing in the background. Please. I'm sure she'd really appreciate it.
Just singing, what the hell is he doing now?
Yeah, what is my son doing? And then she'll mess it up because she's looking at you in the audience going, what the hell is he doing? Yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that's not a good idea then.
Still do it though.
Yeah, but still do it, yeah. I want a picture though. Dark Commission, episode 195. Disappointed Vikings says, we don't have horns, but I wish we did. I mean, immediately with the Vikings, I realize it's an old stereotype, you know, the Vikings, and they have the horns on the helmets, and they're all running around. You got a helmet on, but you got like no armor on the rest of your body, which makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, like Native Americans all have the ceremonial headdress, right?
Yeah, but you don't go to fights with it.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
That's what they wear every day, right?
No, it's not everyday wear.
Oh, okay. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah. Oh. Aqua, Guitar Hero is godly. Yeah, I used to do Guitar Hero back in the day, but I could never play it like normal guitar. I always ended up playing it like Jeff Healey. I always played with the guitar on my lap and played it like this.
Like a keyboard.
Yeah, basically like a keyboard. I was just because playing like this, something here would start to pull, and I'd be like, oh no, it's pulling. I can't go. And never mind, I never made it past like the first level, like beginner. I never made it past that. But like Alex Agena, oh yeah, they could. There were some songs they could do on expert. Never mind, like not like Rain and Blood or anything like that, but like, you know, there's some stuff.
Fire in the Flame.
Yeah, but it was really cute though, is because my daughter was really small at the time and she had her friend over, and they were playing, and we had the Metallica version, right? So it had like a lot of really, you know, listenable songs to it. And yeah, no, and so like it was really cute because they're both on the couch and they say, "Okay, well, what song you want to do next?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do Rain and Blood." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do Rain and Blood. Crank that shit. Let's go." You know. Yeah. They were only like I think like 10 at the time. Yeah, and they were yeah. Oh yeah, it was fun. It was great. So cute. I thought, yeah, okay, maybe I taught her well.
I'm an okay parent.
I might be an okay parent, or I'm going straight to hell. One of the two.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. Matt Haldane, well remembered. Yes. So Malta, yeah, that's what I thought. Malta. Matt Cat Crazy. Viking helmets never had horns. I know, that's what I said. Viking helmets never had horns. I know, it's a cliche. I mean, yeah, I do recognize that. Quit yelling. He's got it all in caps. It's all caps. It's Viking helmets never had horns. Haldane Urbanist. Well, if you're gonna quit cover just one spot, the noggin would be a good one. No. Testicles, hello. I would not want to get hit in the junk. I could take getting hit in the head. Got a big old thick noggin. And I mean, yeah, sure, it's not stopping an axe, but I mean,
nothing vital in there anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I wouldn't want to be in a scrap and a guy, just a glancing blow and knocks my junk off. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it. I'd be done. I'd have to fight.
Like a good blow to the head would kill you, then your junk doesn't matter.
Right.
But a blow to the junk wouldn't kill you, and your life would be over.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no.
So I'd protect the junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just this big cod piece.
Yeah, just a great big cod piece.
With horns.
Clayton Tate, meow meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow. Cocking 5555. I'm happy that I have a badger. Like a pet badger or the airbrush badger? Clarify. Please clarify.
Just respond with yes.
Booth. Dimitri Abaddon. Hello. Hello. Aqua. I can do one and Raining Blood on expert. Okay, you got to record yourself, Aqua, then doing Raining Blood on expert. You have to record yourself. Get your webcam out. Record yourself doing the whole song and expert, because that's dope. Cocking 555. Now playing with magnets. Okay. Paul 0132. Hey Chris, do you think you'd ever get into Age of Sigmar? Been watching the Marathi quick tips, and I'd love to see your take on the Daughters of Cain army. If I'm going to get into Age of Sigmar, Daughters of Cain might get me there. I really like the models. I love all the whole Gorgon feel of the units and stuff like that, and of course it's elves and witches. But do I really want to do elves? Because basically with these models, I'm going to end up coloring them like red and gold, and you know what I mean. Like, do I need more red models? You know what I mean? Like, another one. Elves in red. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the Daughters of Cain, though, are pretty awesome, though. Dan Bo Part 2. You want to see Kid Guitar Geniuses? Look for Kid Plays Canon on YouTube. Plays Canon on YouTube. Oh, man. Aqua, episode 195. Let's do Raining Blood. Let's pump this shit. Cocking 555. Hey, Chris. Distilled water or tap water for airbrush? You know what? I actually use distilled water. Because I use, like, we have a water jug. We get, like, the water service, like the water coolers and stuff. And I just use that water. And that's just for flushing. And for thinning, I really don't use a lot of water. With some of the Citadel colors, I'll use a drop or two of water. But otherwise, I use paint thinners. Lately, I've been using... Well, recently, I picked up this one from Testers. I was in a pinch. And it says it's a universal acrylic thinner, and so far it's been working out fine. I've been thinning my scale 75 colors with this. It's nothing. I mean, it could be just freaking bottled water for all I know. But it actually, I can. Like when you put water into the paint, and the paint kind of just goes like, it just kind of like the water just kind of sits there. This stuff, I can see it plopping it in, and it immediately seems to start doing something with the paint, because the paint kind of just goes like in little tendrils around the drop. And yeah, so what it's doing, what it exactly is, I'm not sure. Could we have a bit of alcohol in it or something like that? I don't know, but so far I've been liking it. But yeah, so usually it's distilled water, some tap water, I suppose. Depends. It all depends, I guess, really on how clean your tap water is.
Or which is closer.
Or which is closer, yeah. Or which is closer. Dimitri Rapidin, Way of the Brush, episode 195. Testicles, hello.
Monkey balls.
Yeah, monkey balls. Aaron Seach, hello, Kris and fellow monkeys. Hello, Aaron Seach. We gonna see you at Adepticon this year, Aaron? I know you're not gonna be able to make the game, but are you gonna be wandering around at all? I don't know. Aaron Seach, episode 195. Don't get me a shot in the pills. Yeah, don't get shot in the pills. No. King 555 says both. Badger. He's got a badger. He's got both.
Yeah.
Badger. Anything. The Dark Commission, episode 195. Conversation with a disembodied voice. It's not a disembodied voice. It's Lee. He's like right here. It's just he's not on camera here. Yeah. There you go. There. He didn't put his.
He's still over the lamps and cables and stuff.
Yeah, it is kind of a spider webby kind of thing here. It's like tripwire. It's like Vietnam. It's like a claymore is going to go off.
I'll just have a flashback and kill Kris.
or that.
Yeah, it could happen. I don't know.
Dimitri Acton, do all the Daughters of Cain with dark skin. Sure, you could, but it's still like the armor and stuff. I'd still be inclined to do it red because I wouldn't do it blue. Maybe blue, like blue with blue purple tints into it. Purples, you know, black.
We agreed on something. Yeah. But
No.
we were evil. We were black.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I some form of red. I would have to go, and no. I've already got enough red models go on the go that I'd like something departure from. You know. Aqua. Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. Okay. Dark Commission, tap water would be bad over time if you have hard water. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, you know, that's why if your water's clean, then sure. But if you have hard water, then, you know, yeah, you get lime scale. Yeah, Dark Commission, you get lime scale. Yeah, you're better off just, you know, I mean, just doing a couple flushes with with like regular water, just to clean. I really wouldn't worry about like thinning the paints. I actually prefer using mediums to thin colors rather than water to thin the colors. Just because water tends to break down the surface tension of the paint, whereas mediums don't. Mediums keep the surface tension of the paint as is, right? So, Anthony B. at Kris, thinking of buying the crappy airbrush on Amazon. Do you have any vault tips on basic airbrushing or any tips you can give now? What paints should I get? Well, I would highly recommend you go with a Badger and get Badger's Minotaur colors because they're really good and a good value. You get a lot of colors. You get a lot of paint for your dollar. They also have a primer set as well, which is highly regarded. So I don't think you go wrong there. But as far as basic tips for airbrushing, well, Anthony, if you're a Vault member, we have a really great series in the Vault on airbrushing, on beginning airbrushing. It was done by Austin, who owns Death Ray Designs. It used to be Brush for Hire, but now it's Death Ray Designs. He did a fantastic DVD series in there on airbrushing, and I highly recommend it. It's very concise, it's very clear, and it'll definitely get the ball rolling as far as what kind of brushes you should be looking for, and you know how to use them, what all the parts are all about, and all that. So it's a really excellent series. It helped me when I was starting to get into airbrushing because I've only been airbrushing like 6 years, 5-6 years or something like that. It's really not that long I've been airbrushing, and so I know that there's tons of artists out there who have been airbrushing for ages. And of course, if you are gonna take anybody's recommendations as far as airbrushing, look online and look at artists who are doing illustration work. They're working on illustration board, they're drawing pictures with the airbrush and stuff like that. Look at the information you get from those guys, because those guys are the real pros with that tool. Anybody in miniature painting I mean, not to say that their advice isn't any good, but it's not going to be as extensive as anybody who is using the tool properly, because an airbrush really is more like a pen or a brush, right? And those are the guys who are going to know all the nuances of flow and control and all of that. And so those are the guys you really should be listening to, is the illustration artists. And any advice you get from any of those guys, you know, take it as gospel, so to speak. Anybody who's, you know, in miniature painting and they've only ever been using the airbrush for miniature painting, they're just scratching the surface as far as what we need to do or what you can do with an airbrush. So hopefully that kind of helps. Stephen Henry. Stephen? Yeah, Stephen. Airbrush question. Here we go. Or airbrush. What would you recommend for compressors? Something mild and quiet? I have rigged up a larger Senko compressor, but I need something quieter. I mean, if quiet is an issue, then yeah, you're gonna have to go shopping around, because I'm not sure exactly what compressors are particularly quiet. I mean, unless of course you got like a big compressor and you had it like in your garage and you had it kind of like a little sound box for it and just had the leads running off into your workshop, you know, so like it was away from everybody. If you had something like that, you know, kind of like an automotive shop where you have the airlines running everywhere. But otherwise, most compressors, like for like airbrush artists and stuff like that, they're just small little things and they're all noisy. They all have a certain amount of noise. I think really, if noise is a factor, you want to find something with a larger tank on it. You know, either like the 1 gallon, 3 gallon, any bigger if you can find them, because basically the motor does not have to run as long if it can compress that tank, right? Whereas if it has no tank, that motor just can continually run. And I've seen a lot of artists out there who have their airbrushes and they have just those little compressors that are just the motor. They don't have an air tank on them, and you should look for one with an air tank so that the motor does not run as long, and you're probably not likely to burn the motor out as fast either. So, Stefan, hopefully that helps. But otherwise, yeah, as far as a particular model, I don't know. If anybody else knows of a particular model that's really, really quiet, leave it in the comments, or yeah, leave it in the comments. Aaron Seach, I will be at Adepticon, and I will be attending the game, just not playing in it, just hanging out and drinking. Okay. Cocking 555, episode 195. The thing in the left. Somebody's printer running? Why is there a printer running?
I think one of the printers just farted.
Ghosts.
Ooh.
Ghosts. Dark Commission, episode 195. Conversation with a raised thumb.
I've been called worse.
Dimitri Abbott. Dark skin goes well with teal on minis, in my opinion. Yes. Oh no, I'm not arguing like with the dark skin or anything like that. Or, you know, I mean, like, yeah, teal would actually be pretty cool with a darker skin, I suppose. You know, with maybe like almost like bronzy type accents and stuff. That'd actually be kind of cool. Like the elves were dark skinned and then had like teal armor with like brass or even bronze trim and stuff. You're staring at me blankly. I don't know if you're processing. Teal is like turquoise, okay, but a little bit lighter.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, keep talking. I have no idea what you're saying.
It does not.
Language barrier going on here.
Does not compute. Does not compute. Anthony B. Damn right, I'm a Vault member. I'll check him out. Thanks, Chris. I want to start with Age of Sigmar Seraphon army, and those skinks aren't going to paint themselves. No. And if you got like a bazillion of them to do, yeah, you definitely want to use your airbrush. Yeah, so definitely check that out. It's airbrush everything, or beginner's airbrush. If you just type in airbrush, you should hit the DVD series, and you'll have to go back because it was like years ago that Austin did it, but the information in it is still very pertinent to today's questions. And again, whenever anybody asks me about like beginner stuff or like do I have videos on it, I have videos on airbrushing, but they're not as well constructed or concise as what Austin did, and Austin did a fantastic job on that DVD, and I always send people to that DVD because it was a really great series. Galemi Dubois. Hey Kris, I don't know how to pronounce that first name. How would you pronounce that, Lee? This name right here.
No idea.
Anyway, hey Kris, how would you paint a blind eye? I want to paint Rodriguez' eye like that. Ooh, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Well, for example, okay, if you went, say you're using just grays. Say we just stay within just the realm of gray. You go like Celestra gray with maybe a slight highlight, and then you do the iris part in Ultramarine gray with like a little spot highlight of white, and that would give you the impression of, you know,
yeah, like a cataract.
Like an eye all cataract out and everything. Yeah. I suppose you could probably tint the lighter gray as well, but like say along the, I guess maybe the upper portion of it to give that illusion of translucency. Fuck.
Translucent doodles.
Translucent doodles. So anyway, yeah, transparency. There we go. You could add a bit of tint to it, you know, if you imagine that there was an eye color there where it's just slightly faded out, and I mean he does have nice big eyes, so that you can do that kind of thing. So, yeah. In hindsight, I should have knocked his eyes out and put an LED in there, and then cast his eyes in like a clear plastic or something, and made his eyes just glowing. In retrospect, because his head is hollow, and his eye that sits there, as you very well know, is like not part of the face, it's a part of the back part, and it's yeah,
just replace it with a clear rod.
Anything. Yeah. Where am I? Anything I'm missing here? Got buried in comments here. Swiss Toby, however, their metallic paints and their shades are very good. I prefer the Vallejo and Citadel. I guess we're talking about something else about paints. Either way. Swiss Toby, but they're just their standard colors are not really good in my opinion. Okay. Whose paint were we talking about? I don't know.
Hold on a minute there.
Maybe. Matthew Demi. Kris, if you had to choose one person to back you up in a fight in medieval times from mini wargaming, who would it be? In a fight?
I know who I pick.
Medieval times? I mean, Steve's kind of the obvious answer because he's big.
But he's a coward.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's big and scary. It's like Andre the Giant. You just stand there looking posable. You know what I mean? Like, or posing. You know, just be quiet.
Look posable.
Look posable. Yeah, look imposing. You know, just, you know, look scary. You know, don't say anything because then it'll dispel the whole thing. But in a medieval fight, I don't know. I don't know really who's a fighter. Oh, Luca. I guess Luca. Aaron. Yeah, bring Aaron. Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring Aaron.
He actually knows how to use a sword.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the LARPing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Aaron LARPs, so.
Cray.
Yeah. I was thinking Luca because he's a berserker, too, so he can just go ham on somebody. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it'd probably Luca or Aaron
like,
I'd have to bring.
They have your food. Just
yeah. Ebb and Flow at Kris. Lowe's stores sell a Cobalt Quiet Tech compressor that is supposed to be much lower decibel level. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so you probably have to shop around. I can't remember who was asking about the quiet compressors, but yeah, you probably have to shop around. But anything with a storage tank, and I mean, the bigger the tank, the likely it is to be more quiet. Unless, of course, but I mean, if you're airbrushing, you're really not drawing off that much PSI from the tank. Versus if you're using like a nail gun, or you're using any kind of pneumatic tools or anything like that, where you'd be using much more air from the tank. But airbrushing is very, very minimal. It's only like 30 psi max, really, that we use. Oftentimes we'll take it down to like 10 psi for some stuff. So, the bigger the tank, I think, the more quieter. Just in the sense that the motor's not going to run as often. Ishab. I remember if you wanted to paint a blind eye, you just paint a big black X on the character's face. What? Cocking 555. You can use a large air hose to an air hose. All that you need is a hand air valve connector. Yeah, exactly. You can use pretty much any kind of compressor as long as you can control the PSI. It could be one of them big ones, you know, used for, you know, pneumatic wrenches or, you know, anything like that. I mean, like, you know, as long as you can control the PSI. And if you can get it down to, like, you know, 10 PSI, that's great for our needs as airbrush artists. And so, yeah.
Maybe he's looking for a quiet one because he lives in an apartment.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But, I mean, again, I mean...
For me, the solution there would just build a soundproof box.
Yeah?
Put the thing in the box. What's in the box?
Yeah, just put it in the box. Try and keep it quiet. Keep it off the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, put like a thick sponge thing underneath it.
Yeah, insulation I think would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big block of insulation. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. What exactly are your requirements? I guess is really the next logical question.
Like, why does it have to be quiet?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go get the work done. Later, guys.
Okay, Lee's leaving now.
I might be back. I'll be back.
You'll be back.
Maybe.
Invariably.
Please.
Clayton Tate, skinny dipping in the sea of Lee. I suppose one bended knee to Lee. Are you okay, Clayton? Dark Commission, episode 195. I can see through your comments or transparency. Matthew Demi. Now, Chris, who won, Luca or Steve, when Steve tried to trap him? Nobody won. In fact, there was a little bit of damage to the studio. Luca put a hole in the wall. I don't know if we showed that in the video, but yeah, Luca put a hole in the wall. Ishab got at least one chuckle from my stupid comment. Well, okay, so what time are we at here? Holy crap, it's already 12:40. Holy moly, we've been talking for 40 minutes now. Let's do an email, because we can, and because we shall. Yeah. Headphones time. Got your headphones? Here it comes. Email time. Email time. And of course, we always thank Guy Muir Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl, for taking the time to write those jingles for us, for the show, that make us laugh, put a smile on our faces, and make us enjoy this email segment. Tyler Bortel, this is an email from him. Hey Chris, I'm working on a scheme for my Gene Stealer cult and would love some advice. As a reminder, my Tyranids are done up in lava, so I wanted to play off of that. Many thanks, Tyler. And so this is his Gene Stealer cult, play off lava, which I'm not gathering here, but he's got this dark tone. Oh, the gun's got the lava. Now, is the rest of the armor going to have lava, or what? I think the color scheme is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Obviously, when you're talking like lava, I was thinking like, is there going to be lava on the armor, or is merely the clothes kind of like lava colored, or what? But I guess maybe that's what you want help on, right? Is help on the color scheme. Now for the guns and stuff, I mean, like it's really nice work on the like the lava flow on the gun. And I realize it should be just a patterning on the gun, right? It's not supposed to be an actual lava flow on the gun, right? It's symbolic, I would assume. And I think like maybe on the, like, is it going to occur on the black cloth? Because that's going to take a while to do. Especially if you have a whole bunch of these guys to get done. It's going to be it might be kind of tedious to do all that lava flow rather than, I don't know. Like, see, like if the cult was like a lava flow kind of cult, and they're close to the planet's core or something like that, and they're hiding out in lava tubes or something along those lines, right? I'd be inclined to do their Gene Stealer symbol, their cult symbol. Do that in a multi, red to yellow, as like kind of a lava flow, and it's their symbol that feels like lava, and the armor can be dark, and maybe like with like red and oranges and yellows at the corners, the pants, the uniforms, they can be, in the deep reds, maybe with a little bit of oranges or something like that, or even having like a color gradient going on. Like, say in the pants, it goes from like a deeper red to almost an orange, And like the gun, instead of being a lava flow on the gun, it can run from a deeper color to a brighter color, like a deeper red to a bright, almost a yellow at the ends kind of thing, Just something so that, because I mean, like I'm not sure how long it's taking you to create the lava flow on the armor, but yeah. Also, too, a fun one too would be to like, paint the armor to look like lava, and then take like a sponge and sponge like dark grays or in blacks onto like the main body, and then give you that impression of that kind of, that lava kind of look where you have like, the dark chunks and stuff on it. That kind of thing. I mean, there's many different ways you can go with this whole lava theme. I don't know if you need to take it directly to, just creating like lava flow and everything. I think, I mean, it'll probably look cool, but I think it's going to end up taking a long time to get done. And you might end up really burned out by the end of it, and you might not be enjoying it as much. That's my initial feelings anyway, is that, that's what could happen, I suppose, is really where I'm getting to here. But thank you for the email, Tyler. Hopefully, send me another email on what you figure out and which way you go, and yeah. Because, I mean, like, there's other ways to show that heat and that lava feeling rather than just simply, painting the lava flow onto the model. And plus, too, it ends up kind of feeling like this, like tree trunky kind of thing going on. And, whereas a bolder color, going from a darker red to a yellow, along the gun casing to make it feel like it's hot. Or, darker red and then yellows brought up to yellows along its edges could make it feel like it's hot. Even though it might not actually be hot, it's just painted that way. But, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But thank you, Tyler, for sending that in. Oh, you're here, Tyler. Okay, cool. The armor is just a dark blue in contrast. Okay. So the cloth isn't going to be anything, because, I mean, like, because if you're going to go with like a lava theme, like I said, like, I think what would be really cool is if you did like the Gene Stealer symbol to look like lava, and it was like hot, or you did the armor to look like it was molten armor, and then you had like the stipple to look the black on the main part of the body, so you had the brighter colors along the edges, that kind of thing, makes it look like hot steel, these kind of elements, rather than, trying to take the time to very carefully paint little lava lines. Because, I mean, you can easily accomplish and reinforce that idea with the base and doing the lava flow on the base, right? And so, you can easily, have your cake and eat it too kind of thing, right? So, yeah. But anyway, let me know what you think. Next email is from Ben. Ben. Brutal Kittens, aka Belated Volts. Hi, Kris. I saw that one of the monkeys had sent in photos on how they improved with their painting over time. Since you have caught up with emails, I thought it would be cool if some of the monkeys could do the same. The first model first model was one of the first 40K models I painted back in 5th edition, shortly after I stopped painting due to schooling. The second model I painted mid last year after getting back into 40K, and the last model I painted last month. Cheers, and thanks for the inspiration to keep on painting, Ben, aka Brutal as Kittens, aka Bleeded Volts. And so here is the first model, and it is a blood letter. And so this is something he did early on, and it's not bad. I mean, it's consistent with somebody who's fully experienced, right? I mean, like, we didn't get like a lot of the mold lines or anything like that. A little dusty too looking, but that's okay. It looks like it was prime black, and then he's trying to put red on top of it and trying to build it up, and but it's not bad. Oh, it's like a dry brush, it looks like, or an overbrushing. There's nothing wrong with it. I think the horns could have been reinforced a little bit more. Pretty straightforward. Or is it, or am I looking at, oh, okay. I think we're looking at the progression of his work on the same models. Okay, I got you. Okay, because yeah, see how we're getting finer highlights here. Color gradients going on here. Texture. Typhus. Very, very cool. Yeah, much cleaner work. Very, very nice. And so this one was, he just recently completed, I do believe. Yeah, this is the last one, I think. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. We're sending that in, Ben. Awesome stuff. And yeah, you can see a very clear progression. I mean, obviously you're still very, very neat. But yeah, I can see, like, the one blood letter, he was a lot more done to him. I like the way the skin, had more highlights to it, and you were careful to pick out the little bumps and stuff like that. Typhus looks really great. He looks nice and clean. You got like the details, you got other textures going on. Yeah, I like him. Looks good. So thank you for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Ben, for sending that in. And please send me more. And keep up the work. Where are we in the comments? I don't know where the hell we are. Let's just say we go. Oh, I guess really the last comment was George. George over on Twitch. Hi, George. Over on the Twitch side of things. Is he sitting over on Twitch by himself? No, there's a couple other people sitting on the Twitch side of things. On the Twitch side of things. On the Twitch side. On the Twitch side of things. On the Twitchy side of things. Says, sorry I was late. Don't have to apologize to me. I don't take attendance. This isn't college or high school or even a legit learning facility. Cocking 555. You are now in control for Chugmug. I'm now in control for Chugmug? Why am I in control for Chugmug? Why would I be in control? I got lucky on the first Chugmug, and the second one, I got it on the third guess. Spoiler alert. Chugmug, though, kind of fun. and I think it's a fun thing for Steve, mainly because Steve was kind of like what's the word I'm looking for here? Like the butt of the joke kind of thing for the food challenges, because Steve is notoriously weak-stomached, and so it's funny, and of course it's good for a laugh, and it's nothing that's going to hurt us either. Although really it's because it's more of your mind, right? Because you don't know what you're drinking, right? And you open the thing, it's like, oh, I don't know what it is, and you just shoot it back, and it's like, oh, it's just pickle juice. Okay, I'm okay. You're immediately thinking like, oh my god, it's gonna be horse piss. I know it's gonna be horse piss. Oh, it's just water. Excellent. So yeah, thankfully. Fox Null, afternoon, Chris. Afternoon, Fox Null. Fox Null or Nail? No. Sam Potts at Kris, for the lava flow you mentioned, from a dark red to possibly a yellow, would you recommend wet blending to achieve that? Interesting. Because I mean, like, you can easily layer it. You can blend it. Like, you can wet blend it. You could feather it. Sorry, I'm looking for my eyeglass cloth here. Wet blending. I mean, if you have the retardant and you're doing, say, like lava on the bases, and you want to get like a really good kind of blend going on the bases, yeah, I would recommend just simply blending it. Layering and glazing, you could just as easily achieve those effects. And in fact, in really small areas, like for example, like Tyler was doing the guns with the lava flow on it, and I definitely would recommend glazing in that instance, glazing those highlights like that. Trying to blend that, like wet blend that, would be far too tedious, require a lot of control, and you'd end up making more mistakes than necessary. Whereas if you just simply layer it or glaze it, you maintain much more control over it. But otherwise, yeah. But as far as, say, for example, like when I was referring to, say, like the armor and going the blends on the armor, yeah, I definitely would go with a wet blend. I would go with like a deep red out to probably something like Wild Rider Red, and blend the two, the deep red and the Wild Rider Red, like something like Mephiston Red, and then blend it out to Wild Rider Red towards the edges, so Wild Rider Red was along the outside, and then do an edging of, say, like Fire Dragon Bright or something, and then I would stipple that black or dark gray, like Eshin gray, into the central core of the plate, so that it looks like that, that how like lava looks, right? I mean, I think we all know what lava looks like, right? When you look at it, it's got the black on the areas and stuff like that. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, blending it, yeah, would definitely be the easiest. Layering or glazing it, yeah, you could achieve the same thing with that as well. Really, it comes down to your experience level and what techniques you're comfortable with to achieve these certain effects. Because you can just as easily dry brush that effect on the armor as well, right? So it's really what you're comfortable with. What techniques are you comfortable with? And how much time you want to spend on it too, because wet blending, actually you could achieve it fairly quickly wet blending it rather than layering it or even glazing it. Dry brushing would be pretty quick, but dry brushing, if you did not have a smooth base coat underneath, would leave a chalkiness that you probably would not like, and so yeah, you're probably better off wet blending it. Cocking 555, to have a water trap or no on the air tank? Yes, a water trap on the tank is a must, because you do not want the excess moisture in the lines that just gets built up from the compressor and everything like that. It's just the nature of how that machine works. That moisture does get into the line, and that's why you do want a moisture trap on the system, because the moisture will travel down the line into your airbrush and add into your mixture. So you don't want that. You want a moisture trap on your compressor. Ebb and Flow, episode 195. This is not a legitimate learning facility. It's not. Greg Campbell Smith, painting my oral bikers, maybe orc bikers. How would you do the headlights? I have painted the hatch section and dropped white into the headlight lens, and I am going to drop ink or wash to the color. What would you do for the headlights on orc bikers? I'm trying to think what that looks like. Oh yeah, so normally what I would do is I probably paint the entire thing because they got a grill on it, like a Rhino and Land Raiders, right? Like they have like the metal grill over it. I'd paint its entire color. I'd leave it mostly white through its center and bring it just slight yellows towards its outer edges, and then color in the grill, and that's it. Nothing terribly complex. Again, though, if you wanted to show it like it's on, then yeah, do it in white and yellows. If it's off, then you might want to do it like almost like a gem effect, where you're going to have deeper colors in the uppermost portion of the lens and brighter colors down in the bottom portion. If you're doing it like a lens, you want to stay within, say, like really, really light blue to almost white and grays. And you just do like light blues at the top. It comes through light gray to almost to a white, almost at the bottom. You do a couple spot highlights, and then, you know, and that way it looks basically like an off lamp kind of thing. It looks like a dark lamp. And that'd be another way to go if you wanted to. But again, it all depends on what kind of look you're after, right? Also, what are you comfortable with, you know, trying to pull off as far as an effect is concerned, you know? Dark Commission, episode 195. If you're late, you'll have to sit in the back. Dark Commission, I like it. We'll go with it. You win, Dark. Good job. Oh, I can't copy the text. Awesome. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Episode 105. If you're late, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, mister. No, not really. Episode 195. Let's go. Jeez, I like clicking things and nothing happens. Makes me feel good. Okay, there we go. So, that is that. Right? Right. Left. Okay, so, Kris Sales. I'm taking a break from painting my Chaos Demons, so I'm painting all the Shadespire units. What would be the best way to do ash skin on orcs? Ash skin on orcs? Like their skin is ash? Probably start off with many different ways to go about this. Ash, you probably start with something like Eshin Gray, build up to a light gray, and like say for example, go Eshin Gray, Dawnstone, and then maybe Celestra Gray as a final highlight. And then very carefully, I would take something like with a stippling brush or something, or even a sponge, with like a little bit of, like, say, Ulthran Gray, and then just very carefully just stipple just the very kind of corners of like facial details. Like on the face, it'd be like just a bit on the brow, maybe on the top of the forehead, maybe a bit on the cheeks, and maybe just a bit on the chin, and just a light, and it would just kind of give you this kind of mottled kind of look. If that's the kind of look you're after, I'm not sure what you mean by ash skin. Like, what is ash skin? I'm not sure what that is. Like, if you're talking like his skin is ash, then yeah. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not entirely certain. Because I mean, like, or is it simply that their skin is still orc, but it's covered in ash? Is that what you mean? Like, because again, you would go about things a little bit differently there. See, this is why we need clarity. We need clarity. We need clarity. Greg Campbell Smith. Cheers, Chris. Awesome as always. Thank you. Dark Commission. Don't clap. Just throw money. Let's make it rain. Doran Jr. I'm in trouble, but I was painting my. I'm in trouble, but I was painting my first Demon Prince. Question mark. Am I missing something? Am I missing people's comments, questions, or something? He said, Doran Jr., I'm in trouble, but I was painting my first Chaos Demon Prince. It's a question? I don't know. Heaven flow at dark. Just throw monkey. Sandpots. Well, everyone, I'm done with my sandwich and soda. Back to this huge ad mech army. Take care, everyone. Chris, have a great rest of your day. Until next time. Talk to you later, Sam. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure, Charles, when we say ash skin. Like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like the skin is burnt in its ash? That it's just simply the dark colors? Or that it's covered in ash? Or... yeah. Greg Campbell Smith. Been watching Blue Collar Heresy whilst painting. The guys appear to have a great time. What do you listen to whilst painting? Well, typically what I listen to while I'm painting is music. I listen to music. Movies, TV shows, podcasts, anything like that, I can't pay attention to because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, right? Oftentimes when I'm focused. And music sometimes can break my focus because it'll be a really good song. I'll just, start singing and drumming along and air guitaring and, what I mean? Like, I'll just get right into it and, enjoy it and what have you. So, but typically it's music. Typically it's music that I listen to whilst I'm playing or painting. Because like I said, like if it was a movie, I'm just watching the movie. If it's a podcast, then I'm ending up listening to like the questions and the interaction and everything like that. TV show, same thing. I'm just watching, So I can't have those kind of things on in the background. It's now sometimes when I've been painting, I've had like my Discord open and I've been talking with people, and that hasn't been too bad because we'll just sit and talk while we're painting, and it's kind of like what we used to do back in the day with me and my buddies. We just sit there and just paint and talk and and shoot the breeze, as it were. So yeah. Doran Jr., that's my excuse for being late. Oh, he was in trouble. Chaos Demon Prince. Gotcha. I don't know why people give me excuses for being late or what have you. I mean, it's not like I got a checklist going. And where was Doran Jr. today? Oh, he's late. Oh, you're late, mister. Aaron Seach. Chris, going to be painting Mourn Fangs for the ogres. Planning on painting one as an albino. Would you start with a gray base on the fur and work to white? Yes. For albino, for the fur, I'd actually work with probably something like Screaming Skull as the base for the fur. And then highlight up with Pallid Witch Flesh and then highlight with White Scar. I really wouldn't give it a shade wash. If I had to give it a shade wash, I'd probably use something like Agrax Earthshade, thinned out a little bit just for the separation, say where the fur and flesh meet and stuff like that. But otherwise, I would not shade wash the fur because it would create too much contrast. And with creating like an albino kind of look, it's really kind of bright white. And so, but because it's fur, it'll still have warmer tones to it, so yeah, that's why I'm recommending staying with Screaming Skull as your base, which is a really kind of light, creamy, off-white kind of color, right? But yeah, whatever you do though, dude, send me a pic. Send the pic. Charles Sales, sorry, I meant that their skin is ash-colored instead of the normal green. Yeah, so like I said, I would start off with Eshin Gray, Dawnstone, Celestra Gray is the final highlight, and then very lightly with Uthran Gray on like a little sponge, and just kind of tap it around, and just give you this kind of bright mottled points on the flesh, and then kind of gives you this almost like stone, kind of ashen kind of look, you know. Aaron Seach, Star Trek, The Next Generation, and Bob Ross while I paint. Yeah, I can't have Bob Ross on either while I paint, because I'll just end up watching Bob Ross. And now that I have my little my Bob Ross in my office, I don't have to have Bob Ross playing. I've got my Bob Ross totem here to work, and so, you know, it's just, I sit there and just, you know, chant around the office and hold my Bob Ross idol. And no, come on now, that's not what I do. I just go around my office holding Bob Ross, big billow of smoke. No. Haldane Urbanist, albino ogre sounds awesome. Sounds fun. It does sound fun. Sir Peanut Butter, Kris, if I was base coating larger models with a regular brush, how large of a brush is too large? How large of a brush is too large? Well, too large a brush is when you are not controlling the paint. That is too large. So, what does that mean? Well, let's say, for example, let's say, for example, here, hold on. Okay. I've got a great big surface like this, okay? Say this is like an Imperial tank, or it's just a larger vehicle, whatever, right? Okay, so I got a larger vehicle like this. Well, this brush, right, would cover a lot of area at a time. But is this brush too big? Yes, it is. It's too big. Why? Because when I lay the paint down, okay, most of the paint is going to get drawn up into the bristles, right? And as I draw it across these, because of the bristles, and because if the bristles are very firm, they will bypass areas of the model, right? And so you end up having to go back and forth, and you end up working the brush. And when you do that, and especially if you have the paint thinned out, you'll notice you get lots of little air bubbles, right? So complete paint. Don't bother. Something like this size, you are almost always better off with something like that, where you can control the paint and control it into the nooks and crannies, and, you know, you can draw it out into areas, and you can work with it in a much more controlled fashion. So the smaller brush is better, but for larger surfaces like these, what are these, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch? I think these are like 3/4 inch. They might be 1/2 inch brushes. Like if you were to go to like the, you know, paint store and pick up brushes, I think these might be like 1/2 inch. For something like a tank or something like that, like a big vehicle, yeah, this is about the size you need. Any bigger is just too big. It's almost like teeth on a saw blade. You know, a saw blade has so many teeth, and the difference in the spacing of the teeth is for better materials. Softer materials or smaller materials tend to have, you need to have smaller teeth, or the teeth closer together. Larger materials or softer materials, the teeth can be further apart, and so bristles are kind of like that. And so, you know, I mean, like a really large brush like that big brush I had, that's really more for like scenery and stuff, and, you know, broad surfaces. It's not really intended for miniature painting. That's just too darn big. But like a 1-inch brush, like that, or even a 1/2 inch brush, that's fine for like large tanks, things like that. That's fine. That'll give you good even coverage. But otherwise, you know, like really like the Citadel brush system, like how they label the brushes, is a pretty good indicator of what that brush should be used for. And so, you know, a lot of people crap on the Citadel brushes, but, you know, Citadel brushes, you know, they've got a pretty good system for helping new people into this hobby, getting people into this hobby. And I think that's really where Citadel and Games Workshop has really seen a lot of success since they've revamped their ways. And yeah, so where am I? Dark Commission, for base coating, don't follow Bob Ross' example. Okay. Haldane Urbanus, what sacrifice is required to summon a Bob Ross? Paint and brushes in burnt sacrifice, the blood of the painter, facial hair, to summon the Bob Ross, to summon a Bob Ross. You don't want to know. It requires. No, you don't want to know. Because once you've summoned the Bob Ross, you have to put him back. I don't know where I'm going with any of that. Oh, man. Greg Campbell Smith, do you recommend paint retarder when blending over a large area? What are pros and cons of using retarder? For a larger area, like say, for example, you were wet blending, the color transition gradient on a Land Raider, right? Which is perfectly fine. And I would recommend using a retarder for those larger surfaces because you can do it with, regular, without retardant, but you got to be fast. And when you get more experienced with blending, that just comes in time. So use a retarder now because it'll give you plenty of time to play with the color, decide if you like it, and you can just simply wipe it off if you want. But definitely use a retarder. Pros and cons. The pro obviously is longer working time. Con is longer drying time. So, for example, if you're in a big hurry to get this model done, don't be. Like for example, if you're working let's stay with the Land Raider example. You're working on a Land Raider and you're blended the one whole half. Well, you got to wait until that one half is dry before you can turn it over and start working on other areas. Otherwise, you run the risk of ruining what you did. So, it's a slow process, Also, too, you got to be careful what kind of retarder. I often recommend Vallejo's retardant, as that one blends pretty well with a lot of other color lines, Citadel, Scale 75, what have you, right? Don't get an additive, because you got to watch out, because there's some retarders that are mediums and some retarders that are additives. And the additives are very, very thin. They're almost like water, and they do an excellent job of thinning and retarding the drying process. But holy moly, they'll make it like oil paints, where it takes a week to dry. No joke. Like a drop of paint will take a week to dry. So, be careful which products you're getting. I highly recommend using Vallejo's acrylic retardant. So hopefully, Greg, that answered your question. Raziel Wargamer, hello, Kris and Monkeys, hello. I really like my Citadel brushes, and I'm no noob. Don't get them for free, though. No. No, like I said, a lot of people poo-poo on Citadel brushes, but I mean, for a lot of things, they're pretty handy. The labeling system, even with them, it helps a lot of newer people grasp around these kind of concepts. Because I mean, a lot of people who are very experienced can just kind of grab a brush and go, okay, this kind of brush is going to do me good here, and I can use this kind of brush here. You know what I mean? And they could be even fan brushes from other artist lines and stuff like that, and they'll just use it for particular effects, and you know what I mean. And so that just comes with experience and knowledge and playing, and you know what I mean. And so, just experience will tell you these things. And when you're getting started, it can be kind of overwhelming. Don't be overwhelmed. If Citadel is readily available in the area, don't be afraid to buy the Citadel stuff. It's fine. People go, oh, no, Citadel brushes are crap. Winsor Newton or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're just starting out. You know what I mean? Like, if you just learned to drive and you got into, a Hyundai Civic and a Ferrari, you're going to be scared in either one. You're not going to have a lot of experience knowing how to handle either one. You know what I mean? Like, so, the nuances of it is going to be lost on you until you gain more experience. And so, yeah. Dimitri Aberdeen, it requires something curly. Curly. Aaron Siege, we don't make mistakes. We make happy accidents. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. At Kris, low chanting, I made a mistake. Until the mellow master materializes is the only summoning spell I have found for Bob Ross. Aaron Seach, Deadpool as Bob Ross is one of the funniest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, that one is good. I laughed very hard at that one. I like that. He beats the brush because like Bob Ross was famous for, you know, like cleaning his brushes really aggressively. I like that. He just beat it like it owes you money. Hell Day Urbanist. Yeah, I love the Vallejo mediums. They're matte and glaze, and retarder is particular. I imagine he meant spectacular. Hell Day Urbanist. Oh, and the metallic medium. Yeah, the metallic medium. Vallejo's got all the mediums. The Vallejo's like, as far as paint range is concerned, like they've got a really complete kind of thing going on for what we need as miniature painters, and you know, for getting into advanced kind of stuff, and you know, they have it all. Scale 75. I really wish they put more mediums, you know, thinning mediums, glazing mediums, you know, gloss, matte, satin. You know, they would become #1 if they put out all the mediums. Oh, and MIG Ammo, that paint line, that's huge. I didn't even know how big that paint line was huge. Check them out, MIG Ammo. And man, they have like a whack ton of colors and metallics, and the metallics are really good actually. I enjoyed some of the metallics. I've played with quite a bit of their stuff. And you can see, like I've got the yellow caps right over there. The yellow caps are MIG Ammo. Those are all metallics. And I've shown a few videos where I played with the colors. They're pretty darn good. I like the feel of the Scale 75s, but the MIG Ammo ones, yeah, a little bit different. Also different kind of smell. I don't know if they're the same kind of acrylic paint or what, but yeah. Raciel Wargamer, I use a wide range of paint brush brands and types. My best few brushes are fine art sable brushes, though. Yes, exactly. When you're doing finer work, you end up, you know, saving it for particular brushes. You know, that's just natural. Dry brushing brushes, you beat those to hell. You know what I mean? You just beat them up. Old Man Logan, Kris, what is up with the dude coughing hacking on your episode 1 of the Dark Heresy campaign? The pained, disgusted look on your face when you recoiled away from him was priceless. Oh, for Luca? That's Luca, because everybody's been sick, like the last couple of weeks, everybody's been sick around here. Knock on wood, I haven't, but you know, yeah, and so Luca was sick, and yeah, he's coughing away, and he was kind of turned my way when he was talking, and he just goes, like that, and I'm like, oh man, like, oh, come on, Luca. Yeah. Old Man Luca, I think Luca need a quick refresher on coughing etiquette. I know, especially because like I'm sitting there and I got like my Perel and everything. I'm like, oh man, like, God, you know, please somebody stop coughing. You know, germs. I should just went in with like my respirator. Should have just came in with this thing on. Just, alrighty, let's play some Dark Crusade. All right, let's go. Or Dark Heresy, not Dark Crusade. Dark Heresy. Greg Campbell Smith, you are the all-knowing Monkey King. Cheers, Kris. Thank you, Greg. Aaron Seach, Vallejo Airbrush Flow Improver is really good too. Yes, it is. Oh yeah, no, I mean Vallejo, anything Vallejo, man. Like Vallejo is one of those names that you could say, well, Vallejo just came out with this product, and it's like, oh, it's Vallejo. All right, well, I'm sure it's probably a quality product. They're just one of those names that, you know, like, me personally, I'm like, because I am a little bit biased towards Vallejo. I have a whack ton of Vallejo paints that I hardly ever paint with, but I do have a whack ton of them. And, you know, I love them. They're great colors. Like, they have everything. Vallejo's paint line has everything. They have fluorescent colors, metallics, base, you know, all sorts of crazy ass colors. Colors for like fantasy stuff where it's bright, bold colors. They have desaturated colors for like, you know, doing like realistic kind of stuff. You know, like they got it all. They got all the colors covered. Raziel Wargamer. I am swearing by Stino Res Black Primer is the airbrush in the airbrush now though. Found it nicer than Vallejo. And see, I'm hearing that a lot lately. The Stino Res over Vallejo, especially black Vallejo primer. Yeah, it can be kind of troublesome. And the Stino Res I'm hearing is really good. So that's why you know, people, you know, well, what kind of primers? Well, I often recommend Vallejo, but I mean, Stino Res, you know, I'm hearing really great things about them as well. And I think for a time, Steve was using the Stino Res, I think. Either way, yeah. Dimitri Apatin, is there going to be a Discord sit and chat after this episode? Yeah, we usually head over to Discord after the show. So yeah, I mean, if you want to jump on Discord, we hang out in the monkey playground after the show. So yeah, come on. Dark Commission Citadel are my go-to brushes. They're the best brush that are readily available when I need one in a hurry. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, they give you decent quality. Are they the best quality? No. I mean, I felt some really quality brushes. I use Winsor Newtons. Are Citadel brushes Winsor Newtons? No. But when I need to get painting done, and you know, and I need to replace my brushes, if and ever I need to replace my brushes, which is not too often because I do clean my brushes regularly. You know what I mean? Like here, look. My brush is on my desk right now. These are not even sitting in the paint cup, right? These are the work brushes I've been using right now. And see, all my brushes have nice little points to them. See? So, take care of your brushes. Take care of your brushes. Mad Cow Crazy Kris! Didn't your parents teach you to share? He just wanted to share his Nurgle gifts with you. No, thank you. As much of a fan of Nurgle as I am, I don't like it when I've got all sorts of stuff, especially with the mustache. If you, I don't know if you have a mustache or not, but when you get like a really runny nose and stuff like that, like I sneezed the other day, and I had to clean myself up, and like it's in the hairs and everything like that, and you got like you squeegee the hairs, and like it's nasty. Like I want to shave this stuff off right now. I want to shave it off because man, it just gets in my freaking way. Anyway, Sir Peanut Butter, speaking of Scale 75, I bought the Steel Alchemy set. Do you suggest a particular medium for those metallics? For a long time, I was using, until I pretty much ran out of it, I was actually using this to thin a lot of my paints, even just for hand brushing. I was using Golden's Airbrush Transparent Extender. Which is basically just a thinning medium. That's all it is. It has a murky quality to it, though, but once you mix it in, it goes fine. I was often using this to thin colors out. And, of course, yeah, I was using Vallejo's thinning medium as well. I used Vallejo's thinning. Like I said, if Scale 75 had all these other mediums and stuff, all these auxiliary things, I mean, they would be my ultimate paint set, really, because they have such fantastic colors and you know, yeah, I just really enjoy them, you know. They just flow so nicely. What it is that I really like about the Scale 75 is that you can use them right out of the pot on the palette or in the airbrush. That's really what I like, is that I can go bang bang either one, bang bong, and you know, go either way. Rather than Vallejo, where you would have to take that, say, the game color and thin it down lots, or take a Citadel color, thin it down lots, you know what I mean? Or go to the airbrush line, so you're buying cross paint lines within even the same company, you know? Whereas if they said, you know, screw it, let's make all paints workable in airbrush and in, you know, paintbrush, then I think Vallejo would probably come back out on top, I think, again. Vallejo would be the #1 guys, I think. I mean, they probably are #1 anyway, but yeah. Where am I? Where the hell am I? Oh, no, he was talking to him. Aaron Siege, Vallejo color transition paint. This needs to happen. Yeah, I don't know. The color, like, you mean like the like shifting from purple to red and shit like that? That seems to be the realm of lacquer based paints. That I don't think acrylics has that bindedness. It's why lacquer based metallics are better than acrylic based metallics. You can't beat this chrome, and this is a lacquer based product. You can't beat this chrome. This chrome is mirror chrome. You can't beat even these guys' chrome, and this is a lacquer based product. And you know, it's something about the lacquer-based stuff, the really cancerous stuff that gets really great metallics. Water-based acrylics, for whatever reason, the metallics just aren't there. And Scale 75 and MIG ammo, they're pretty darn close. And Vallejo Air, apparently, metallics are really, really great as well. Healthy and Erminus, what, a Discord after party? How Hollywood. Yeah, if you go to waythebrush.com, you'll see all the links for, you know, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and you'll see Discord right there. Just go to Discord, bang, and you'll see Monkey Playground, bang, and you're in, bang, and you sit and talk, and you know we usually chat up a storm, and again, it's no holds barred in the chat either, and you know, I will speak my mind. Old Man Logan, I have used both StanoRes and Vallejo primers. Both are good, but a bit different in how you airbrush them on. StanoRes is a bit thicker, so straight from the bottle requires 20-30 psi. Vallejo surface primer is much thinner and can be sprayed at a lower psi from the bottle, which affords a bit more control. Of course, you can always thin either of them if you're comfortable with that. Yeah, and usually my Vallejo, I usually use light gray, and I don't even bother thinning it. I usually have my PSI anywhere from 20 to 30, and I just and spray them on. Dark Commission Scale 75 it, has a thinner, but I think they're good out of the bottle. Yeah. Sir Peanut Butter, has anyone ever used AIT or Virtuoso brushes? No, I'm not familiar with that. Send me a link. Send me a link of those brushes. I'm not familiar with them. Anybody else are they familiar with AIT? I don't know what AIT is, or Virtuoso brushes. Send me a link for those, because yeah, I'm curious. Haldane Urbanus, is there an aerosol version of those primers? I don't know. The StanoRes, I don't think so, because it's intended, because it's Badgers, and Badgers is an airbrush company. And Scale 70 or Vallejo, I don't know if Vallejo does any aerosol. I don't think they do. Something tells me they don't. So I'm afraid no. Dark Commission, when I need my car sprayed, the paint, the guy showed me an automotive paint that was a black and full of oil slick rainbow. It was really thin. Would you recommend such paints? Sure. If it goes on really thin, I mean, like, I've used paints that go on pretty thick and then they dry down and they reduce way down. And, you know, like the chrome goes on kind of heavy, but then once it dries, solid and it's thin and it's a nice little layer. It's whatever that binder is in it, and then once it all evaporates and cures, it goes way down, and you know it's solid. So, yeah, I mean, there the paint lines that I've been looking at outside of miniatures have been this has been the Spastics. One of these is about $10 US. Okay, and this is about what, 4 ounces, 2 ounces. This is a 2-ounce bottle for about $10. It's really, really thin. I mean, you could use a paintbrush with this stuff, but you're better off using a synthetic brush to do that. But this is intended for airbrushing, so this is only really for everybody who's airbrushing out there. But this stuff is fantastic, and these guys have a color shift line as well that goes like purple, green, yellow kind of thing. And these guys have, I have yet to pick up any. I keep talking about it, but I keep forgetting about it, and so yeah. But I love the chrome. The chrome is fantastic. Fantastic. Says Toby, I want to paint some nids with a very pale, light grayish skin. Any cool suggestions for a carapace color with a pale, light grayish skin? I don't know. Do you want to go like really contrasty? Because you could go like man, you could go like dark red, dark blue. Can even go black, I suppose. Light grayish skin. Something says I want to say orange. I want to say orange. Do orange. Do a dark orange to a bright orange highlight. So like, you know, like Jokoro with Fugan Orange shade wash, and then give it an edging of like Fire Dragon Bright. Try that with a light gray skin. See what that looks like. If you give it a try, send me an email, and let me see how it. If you like it, if you hate it, then I don't know. We'll have to think of something else. Hellday Urbanist and Kris. I've been lurking in the Discord server for a while. I am Alt-C on there, by the way. Yeah, I remember that name from somewhere else. I think you used to go by that or something, or it's your email handle, or I can't remember. Lurking on Discord. Are you looking on Discord? I don't see you on Discord. I've got Discord up right now. I don't see you. I'm not in the monkey playground right now. I'm looking at some of these posts here. Inferno posted a bunch of pictures of models. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Something about miniatures. Inferno, what are you talking about? Anyway, where are we? What time we at? Holy moly! It's already 20 to 2. Jeez Louise. We better get some more emails done. Where are we? Hellday Urbanist. Orange would be awesome. Could go with bright glazes too, leaving them somewhat translucent. Yeah, exactly. Swiss Toby. Orange sounds awesome. That's actually a really good idea. I was thinking about purple, but orange sounds far better. Yeah, like a light gray with a dark orange. Yeah, I think that would kind of be fun. At Kris, Hellday Urbanist. It's my other gaming alt. Hellday is the prime one. The prime. For your school. Missed the show. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Was it Detritus on Ice? I saw you in the playground. I saw you, Detritus. I see you in there. I see people popping in and out. All right, let's do another email because we're getting close to time, and we got emails to go through here. And of course, keep the emails coming, kids. I mean, I could probably finish all my emails today. So keep the emails coming. Keep them coming. Who used to do that? I know it's like a wrestler, but who did that? Kooky, can I send you a photo of Magma Satan I'm working on right now? Got to get instant feedback on Discord now? What? Yeah, if you post... Okay, typically I want people to post the pictures of stuff, like what they're working on, in the work in progress gallery. You'll see it up in the channels, right? And so if you join us in the voice chat, you can just tell us that it's in the work in progress gallery, and yeah, post it there. Yeah, if you want instant feedback on stuff, yeah, post it in the work in progress gallery. That's where everybody goes, and that's where everybody's posting their stuff that they're working on. I can see like Matt posted stuff. I can see Basil posted stuff. That's actually a nice Carnosaur, whatever the heck it's called. Enforcer, I can see Enforcer posted the Land Raider he's working on. Eldari Lamborghini, he's working on his Eldar. Cock King 555, he's got a Spectre Wraith Shade thing. Golden High Flow, Teal and Turquoise. Let me see this. Interesting. Did you brush that on? Oh, wait, you're not in Discord. Oh, wait, no, you are here. No, Cock King's here. Oh, either way. Post it in the work in progress gallery. That was my point. That's my point. Hellday Urbanist, the Monkey Playground is a voice channel. You are brave. Yeah, no, we go, dude. I mean, has nobody been paying attention? My God, I've had this Discord up for a long time. And Monkey Playground, yeah, we hang out there. And then of course, whenever I do games and we go off and play games together, I have a game channel as well. We can talk over what we're doing. But otherwise, I have various channels on Discord. I have the general questions and answers, not for the week, which is, just kind of not for everybody to be perverted or anything like that, but, just anybody with a strong constitution. Anyway, future video ideas. It's the Monkey Welcome and Guest Center. Music, just, what we're listening to, what kind of music we're into, see if, who's like, what kind of, just kind of see how everybody vibes together, right? Games, what games we're playing. Army list for games, 40K, stuff like that. Post your army lists. Work in progress gallery. Vote your game. What's vote your game? Who the hell put that one in there? What was vote your game? I don't remember what the hell vote your game was. Anyway, and then of course novels and stories and stuff we're reading and stuff like that. It's just basically for everybody to share. Just share their input and stuff. So Yeah, join us on Discord. Discord, we have tons of fun on Discord. Discord is like the 24/7 way to brush stuff. That's really where it all is. I'm talking with everybody all the time on Discord, so yeah. Email. So headphones. Ready? Get your headphones on. Or turn them up, down, whichever. Email time. It's email time. And so as always, oops, I didn't even click the dipstick yet. As always, we thank Guy Muir Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel, Beer and Blood Bowl. Check him out. He loves his Blood Bowl, and as do I. And it's always great fun listening to him and his buddies, or his chaps, or his mates, or his pals, whichever it is. You know, and they all play Blood Bowl and laugh and curse at each other. It's good fun. Anyway, this is from Sean. Hey Chris, just received my toque from Knitfink. I noticed yours and instantly wanted one. I went with a Harlequin. It would be great if you could show this on the video, on the show. Her work is awesome. Cheers, Sean T. And so Knitfink is here today. And so Knitfink initially was like, cool it with this stuff. I don't know if because she's getting busy or what, but either way, look at this thing. Is this not friggin' awesome? I'm immediately jealous because this is a Harlequin toque. And I now regret not getting a Harlequin toque. a Harlequin. Yeah. And I dare not bug Knitfink for a Harlequin toque. Because I don't want to get my head bit off or anything like that. So I don't know. No, I'm sure it's not that busy, but I don't know. I can't say. But either way, it's really awesome work. Yeah, these are from Knitfink. Knitfink.com, I do believe, is the URL. Get in contact. If anybody was curious about my toque with the Salmhan logo on it and everything, same artist did that as this. And so, yeah. And look at that. Like that's Harlequin, man. That's awesome. I love it. It's fantastic. I'm jealous. I actually want one now. I actually want a few now, like a Harlequin one, Dark Eldar. Yeah. What are you gonna do, Knitfink? Like, have you Knitfink? I don't know if she's still here, but okay. Have you been swamped with requests? Is that it, or are you just like, or is it just like one too many people just kind of, like, hopefully you're charging appropriate amount. Hopefully you're charging an appropriate amount for your time and effort because they're fantastic toques. I like them, and they're a lot of fun. Let's do another email. This one is from Jay Leuenberg. Leuenberg? Sure. I know you guys like to look at pics of what others are doing, so here you go. Forgive my poor photography. First are some Space Wolf Wolfen I recently did for a friend. Then a pic of Mortarion I am working on. And then a Farseer I did for another friend. A pic of Eldrad from one of the Death Watch sets. Cool. And so let's have a look at the Wolfen. Okay, well this pic is a little bit dark, but you know what though? It's actually kind of interesting pic. It's kind of scary. It's kind of like they're all just dancing around. It's like, ah. Anyway. A little bit blurry. Flesh tones look kind of fun though. For the most part, it looks clean. Kind of dig the front. For the, like your painting, obviously it looks very, very nice and clean. See, not afraid to do some effects and stuff. Very good. This guy's got the big Wolverine hair. So he did a bit of color blending on the feet to get that kind of yellowish tones on the hair. Very cool. Whoa. Some more Mortarion he's working on. Scary. He's scary. Very, very cool. Farseer for a friend. Looks good. Nice and clean. Eldrad. Still got to finish my Eldrad. I got to finish my piece I'm working for Crystal Brush, first of all. Oh, sorry. Go back to his Eldrad. Very nice. Looks good. Nice and clean. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So thank you, Jay, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Looks fantastic. And thanks for sharing. What time are we at here? Holy man, we got 14 minutes left of the show. Where am I here? Serpentine Water. Chris, you want links via email or Discord? Whichever's easiest. You can send me the links email. You can send me the links over Discord. But yeah. Nidfink, Chris. Sorry, lurking while painting. I've gotten several commissions so far. Cool. And hopefully it's been worth your time. Hopefully it's been, somewhat profitable. Aaron Seach, screw the space elves. We need we need Crimson Fist toque. We do need Crimson Fist toques. I think a navy blue with that red fist on it, that would be friggin' awesome. That would be cool. Oh, you know what would be cool? Here's another cool idea. It looks like it's navy blue, but it has that green laurel running along the head like that, and then has the fist up on the top. So it has the green laurel, and then it has the fist. Yeah, there we go. John J. Chris, are you heading to Valhalla this year? Not that I know of. No plans right now. I don't know if Mini Wargaming is having a presence there, so I don't know. I've never been. It sounds like fun. But no, I have no plans right now. Because right now, as things are just on my radar, it's Adepticon, and then after that, I can't remember something else. But yeah, Valhalla's not quite on my radar right now. Because Valhalla, I think, is like July or something? June? Can't remember. Might be sooner for all I know. I don't know. But yeah. But John, no, to answer your question, no. No plans to go to Valhalla. Unless, of course, I get the invite and Mini Wargaming sends me. Then I'll go. But otherwise, yeah. Okay. So we're up on comments. I guess we can probably snap off one more email. Snap one off. Is that the expression I wanted to use? Probably not. Dimitri Abaddon, are you going to Adepticon with Owen? No, I'm not going to Adepticon with Owen. Owen, I think, is traveling by himself or with somebody. Maybe Jay again. I don't know. But either way, I do believe Owen is going. A bunch of us from this area are going. Mini Wargaming, the whole crew, everybody, all of Mini Wargaming is going to Adepticon. So we're all going to be there. So, yeah. And I'm doing a class. I'm doing a class at Adepticon the Wednesday night. So I'm going to be doing a live quick tip show, essentially. So basically, and here's the thing though, so people who signed up for the class, I've asked a while back on Facebook for people to send in early requests as far as what they had kind of answered or something like that. Just so that I know what to bring, as far as for demo purposes, as far as what materials I'm going to need, because otherwise I'm going to have to bring all my crap, you know what I mean, to show. Because I mean, somebody might ask me a completely random question. It's well, I didn't bring the materials. Whereas if somebody asked me ahead of time, then I can say, okay, I can bring the materials so I can demonstrate live for the person, But yeah, essentially it was basically a live demo of whatever the audience questions might be. And yeah, so if anybody's going to Adepticon, I think there's a couple seats left for this class. So sign up. Just go into the events. Just type in Mini Wargaming. You'll see the Mini Wargaming paint session. Just sign up, and click it and sign up. And join me. We'll be painting the Wednesday night, I do believe. We'll do some live. I'm probably going to record it, and it'll be live, and not live, but like live, you know, like everybody in front of it. And yeah, so it'll be like no tricks up my sleeves. You know, it'll be just ask me whatever you want, and I will show you whatever you want. Whatever you want, and I will show you. That's the premise of the painting class. Ishab, if someone was joining your class seminar, would they need to bring to do what would they need to bring, like paint tools, etc.? Not really. If they wanted to paint alongside, sure. If they wanted to practice alongside, sure. The class is only an hour and a half. It's more of a demonstration, so it's basically, like I said, it's like quick tips. You guys ask me the question, how do I paint this particular thing? I will show you live how to go about it, and that's the thing. John J. Perhaps bring the supplies that do the top view quick tips from the vault. Maybe. CK Studio are doing an event at my local area in the UK a few weeks. Do you know anything about them? No, I have no idea about them. Aaron Seach, well, shit, I won't be arriving at DEFCON until Thursday afternoon. LOL. Yeah. Come on. John J., have my people talk to your people. My people? What do you mean, you people? Let's do another email. This one is from Old Man Logan. Hi, Chris. Here are some pics of a couple Dark Angel Predator tank I've recently finished. This is the first vehicle I have painted, and I decided to go with a very clean look and no weathering. It was a great opportunity to practice some airbrush techniques for shading and highlighting, which was a lot of fun. I would appreciate any comments or suggestions you may have on how to improve upon this first effort, as well as any ideas on adding some weathering to it down the road. Thanks, Old Man Logan. And so let's have a look at Old Man's Predator tank. Now, right off the hop, really nice stuff. Nice and clean. Now, I do know, because we did talk about various stages, I do know that he did paint this in sub-assemblies, like the guns and the turrets and stuff that were separate. I believe the tracks were separate as well. So he kept those things separate while he was airbrushing areas. And, I mean, I like it. It looks like a Dark Angels tank. I think, like, the high points up here, I don't know if they really need to be quite that dark, especially even like in the low points down here, versus areas like this, right, where you get these brighter kind of greens. Could we have seen that brighter green along the edges of these kind of plates and like this kind of plate, right, along those edges? Is that a possibility? I mean, not now because he's already done the tank, but yeah, because I mean, like, we got these really nice high points, and then of course it's really quite dark. Now, I mean, mind you, the symbol in the middle is, you know, alleviates that a bit, but normally on a normal tank, that, you know, it doesn't have this intricate kind of thing on the front, right? Now, mind you, this is his first effort, so one does have to bear that in mind. I mean, like, as far as a first effort's concerned, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's really good. You went with more of a normal kind of highlighting scheme, closer to more like a zenithal type of highlighting scheme, where the brighter colors are at the highest points and darker colors are down below. Everything looks nice and neat. Mold lines don't seem to be an issue, other than maybe like the little minor gaps on some stuff, but I mean, again, that's no biggie. It's not like this was painted for competition. Was this painted for a commission, Old Man? Are you still here, Old Man? Was this commission or was this just for fun? Don't know. See, from this angle here, it looks really cool. Like the edging and stuff like that. See, it feels consistent across the entire facing, whereas when we were looking at the front, it was just the ends, you know, that had it. Yeah, it's just the ends, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it needs that, these higher points here, green along in here. He's got it so you can swap out. Very, very cool. Again, really nice and clean. I like it. It's like it's rolled right off the factory floor. Oh, there he is, Old Man Logan. No, it's not a commission. Okay, it's not a commission. Very, very cool. I like it. That might be your next thing to try. Writing some scroll work in the scrolls. I like how you did the feathers. Oh yeah, you very carefully put a little edge shadow on there, on the feathers. Very nice. Oh, is that it? That's it. Okay. So, now, what was the second part of the question? It was... Oh, the weathering. To do the weathering, now, because you have already... Let me find a nice little angle here. Let's go with this one here. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Now, for weathering on this guy... You cannot really do anything like, say, for example, like the hairbrush technique, or yeah, hairspray technique, right? You're not going to be able to do that because that is basically done at the base coating phase. So you're not going to be able to do those kind of techniques. Really, I think for weathering this thing, you're going to be looking at, say, either weathering pigments for like creating rust, dirt, and grime. Like in the tracks and like on the skirts of the tank. Chipped paint and worn out edges and stuff like that. I think your best friend is going to be the sponge. So typically, with the sponge, we're talking about, you know, those really fine sponges. You get them in like blister packs, and we're talking like this kind of sponge here, like this kind of fine. You see these on finishing brushes in the paint section in any hardware store. You'll see these. It's the same kind of foam on a finishing brush, and basically you just tear off little chunks. I like to use tweezers to hang on to them. You dip them in a paint, and so if we're weathering like a tank like that, then we are looking at using either we could go with say a dark brown, representing rust at the edges, and then come in at the same points again with a little bit of a silver to represent it broke down through, say, the primer layer or rust layer to this metal layer. Or we could go in with, say, a really dark green, say like Caliban green mixed with, say, a bit of black. I really wouldn't go with black, but I suppose you could just because of how dark this model really is. But you could go with a mixture of the two and sponge it onto the bare areas, like the broad areas of the armor. And then, oh, my compressor just kicked in. Jeez Louise, that scared the hell out of me. So you go with the darker green, and then you come in with a lighter green, and you highlight the lowest points of each of the little abstract shapes, and that gives you the impression of depressed metal and chunks, and you know what I mean, and it creates those kind of. Now, I do have many videos on this type of thing, on creating these kind of effects, weathering and stuff like that, and so. If you go to Mini Wargaming Vault, there are many videos on weathering something as clean as this. And yeah, I think like pigments for dirt and stuff like that would be your best bet. I mean, you could dry brush it as well. But as far as like wear and tear and like wearing the corners and such, of course, you can also have soot coming from the exhausts. Heat discoloration. How many times did I say heat discoloration on the barrels? It'll also be a nice effect as well. But otherwise, yeah. Again, all those techniques I have videos on, so you can head over. I don't know if Old Man Logan, you are a Vault member or not, but yes, there are many videos on that. But as I mentioned, the sponge technique is probably going to be the technique that's going to give you the best control and give you the most reliable results for achieving a weathered paint job like that on the model. Yeah, I'd probably go with something like a darker brown, dark reddy, kind of orangey brown, kind of like either a prime or rust layer, mimicking that. Sponge that on corners and such, on leading edges and corners and such where you imagine where would occur. And then, of course, coming in with a silver, something like Iron Breaker, not quite Lead Belcher, Iron Breaker, but a mid-tone silver, and try and use the sponge and impress it into there. I'd use a fresh sponge each time you go around, so yeah. But otherwise, yeah, nice work, old man. Thank you for sending that in. Yeah, you're a Vault member. Awesome. So just, yeah, search those weathering techniques up, and you should be right as rain. Time we got here. Holy man, we're 1 minute past. We're done. We are all done. Oh yeah, and nice work on the decals too. I forgot the decals are really good too. So yes, very nice. A lot of people liked your tank. Very nice. John J, that paint job makes me more happy than a tornado tearing through a trailer park. Okay. Raziel Wargamer. Chris, sorry, I've already answered, if you've already answered this, but if you were going to paint all 3 Dark Angel wings, how would you go about painting all 3 Dark Angel wings? I don't Dark Angel wings, all 3. What do you mean, like the wings, like the chapter wings, like Death Wing, Raven Wing, and Wing? What's the 3rd wing? Razzie, I don't get the question. Oh, Dark Angels are a very wealthy chapter, so to speak. Lots of quality gear and equipment. Their stuff would be in good repair. Sure, but I mean, you know, oftentimes they'll be on campaign. They'll be away from their home base, and so the artificer's got to do what he's got to do, right? And I mean, you know, when you're sitting at home base, yeah, you would expect, you know, the cars and everything to have a nice polish to them, and they're waxed and buffed and ready to go. But when you're out in the field, you know, you don't get those luxuries, and so, you know, I don't think they would place as high a priority on the paint job as they would in working order on combat ready, right? Dimitri Abbott, Iron Wing, green dudes. Oh, Iron Wing? How would I... Yeah, if I heard answers, how would I paint all 3 dark... That's a really broad question, Raziel. Because I mean, like, how would I paint them? I'd paint them with a brush. I most likely these days I'd use an airbrush, because if I was doing a bunch of them, I mean, Citadel makes it really easy to follow their color guides for it. I don't do anything fancy. I mean, I've had this question many times about doing Deathwing, and I actually don't have a video, I think, on doing Deathwing, so I do have to create one for doing that. But otherwise, yeah. Razia, yeah, Green Wing. Just if you were painting, would you airbrush a lot more edge highlight, zenithal, etc.? I would highlight, I would do a zenithal of the mid-tone green. And then give that final edge highlight of what is it? Warp Block or Warpstone Glow. That as a final edge highlight. And so I build it up just before Warpstone Glow with the airbrush and just, you know, spraying it kind of zenithally like, and then do the edges and then be done. And then, yeah, and then carry on. But yeah, would I start off with, say, a black spray? Possibly. I actually probably would still use a light gray, hit it with, you know, the greens, probably dark greens for base. Oh, and then, yeah, and then probably give it a shade wash or a recessed shade, like thinned out recessed shade of Null Oil, just to get all the black details and everything like that. And then do the zenithal of a lighter green, and then Warpstone Glow edging for the armor. If I was doing it by airbrush. Yeah, that'd be the fastest way. Because no matter, even though you're doing like zenithal and it's giving you very, you know, realistic highlights on the high points, there's still some things where you still want to pick out details, like on the trim of the shoulder pad. You still want to have that dark crease in there, and so that's where that little bit of Null Oil in a recessed shade really helps you out. So yeah. Resident Wargamer, do you have a favorite technique for Hunter Green, for instance? Hunter Green, I don't know which color Hunter Green is. I don't know what Hunter Green is. Hunter Green, would that be like, is it a mid-tone green, dark green, light green? I don't know. Because I mean, like the thing is like with so many paint lines, and everybody wants to have, you know, their own copyrighted paint names. Even though, you know, Mephiston red is really, you know, Nephenol red with, you know, a bit of raw umber in it, you know what I mean? And, you know, all these variations, you know, rather than just, you know, is the color a base tone of its, you know, the root color? Like, is it a mid-tone of that, or is it a darker shade of it, or is it a higher shade? You know, is it brighter? Otherwise, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we're talking about. Because I mean, like I can say, well, yeah, is it moot green? Unless you know what moot green looks like, you know, you're not going to know. So I can say, it's moot green, or I mean, like it's Warpstone Glow. Warpstone Glow doesn't even have the word green in it. What color is Warpstone Glow? I mean, if you are not familiar with the Citadel range, and I said it's Warpstone Glow, you're not going to have an idea as to what the hell I'm talking about. It doesn't even have green in the name, you know, so. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so Hunter Green, I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, Rezia, Hunter Green is that dark green with more of a bluish than yellowish tone. It's a classic color, Kris. Hunter Green? From what range? I don't remember. Citadel. Hunter Green? And it's a green with a bluish tone. It's got more blue? I honestly could not tell you, because I mean Caliban green is a pretty damn dark green. Now that has more of a bluish tone to it than it does a yellow. And I mean, that's what everybody's using to base coat their Dark Angels. So I don't know. I guess really is it, do you want to do your Space Marines in chapter colors? Because if you want to do them in chapter colors, then you kind of have to try to find the approximate colors that go along with, you know, those particular paint ranges, right? Because I mean, like if I said, well, to mix Caliban green, we're going to use, you know, I'm going to use phthalo blue green. We're going to add a drop of phthalo green, and then I'm going to use a bit of carbon black, and you know, the mixed ratios, and I'm going to come up with a specific color that's pretty close to this, right? Even though this does have a bit of a desaturated feeling to it, although I'm probably a bit wrong, but there actually might be a bit of red into the spectrum on this, just to desaturate up so it's not so vibrant green, right? I mean, the blue and the green will knock each other down a bit, and you throw a bit of black in that, and that might knock it down a bit, but you might throw a bit of white that could desaturate it, because then you're essentially adding a gray to it, or you can add red to it, and that'd knock a bit of the saturation out of it as well, you know, so, yeah. G Squared says, Google Hunter Green. Google Hunter Green? Google it? You're telling me to Google it? Now, here's another problem we encounter, though, okay? Because how I interpret it on my screen might not be how you interpret it on your screen, because our screens are calibrated differently. Because I'm looking at this through an iMac. Unless you're looking at an iMac that's calibrated the same way, are we going to perceive these colors the same way? Also, do you and I perceive color the same way? Some of us might be a little bit colorblind. Now, see, okay, here's the problem when you have these really kind of generic kind of names, okay? Okay, I'm going to type in Hunter Green, image search. Okay, I'm gonna head over to I guess just email. No, screen doc's close enough. Okay, now look at the greens here. Now just within these 6 pictures here, those are differing shades of green, and this one says it's hunter, and that's really dark. And that's more green. That looks like it's got more blues to it. These ones are dull blue, but see, that's the problem here. Hunter green, it's not a specific green. These are all varying shades of green here. Hunter green. Even this one here, varying shades of hunter green. They're saying hunter green. Their hunter green is according to this. That's the hex code for that. That hunter green looks more like a warpstone glow. So, either way, paint names. It's just the paint companies. You know, they just try and name it. Everybody wants to, you know, have their IP on it and stuff like that. And otherwise, it just ultimately just confuses everybody. But if you're going to be doing Dark Angels and you're going to do them in Codex color scheme, right? If you're doing Space Marines in your own color scheme and you're just making up your own colors, then the sky's the limit, right? You go with whatever paint ranges, and then you're just gonna have to come up with your own color schemes. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to come up with your own solutions. Versus doing Codex color schemes and you want to do Dark Angels, then you're better off just getting the Citadel colors and following their swatch if that's the way you want to do it, right? I mean, that's what everybody does. I mean, like, you know, painting Dark Angel green. I mean, like, I can show painting Dark Angel green. I can show it painting it brighter. I can show it painting it darker. But really, Dark Angel green is one set color. That's the color scheme. It's that dark green, right? If I paint it any brighter, that's not really Dark Angel's green. Dark Angel's green is what you see in the Codex. That's why it's, you know, that's why you're painting it in that color scheme, because you like that color scheme. I can't remember, where the hell are we going with all this? Yeah, Razio, thank you. Sorry, I led you down a rabbit hole. Yeah, I mean, like, we started to get philosophical. It's not a philosophy. I mean, it's just it's all it's like everything with art and, you know, and visual mediums. It's all wide open to interpretation, right? Because all those greens, you know, they all could be hunter green. And each of those companies says, no, that's hunter green. So why not just go to the guys whose chapter you're trying to imitate and just use their color and say, here's their hunter green, right? Because essentially, yes, this color is hunter green. I mean, by a few of the variations I could see, you know, but yeah. Oh, man. Rezio, working colors are definitely open to some interpretation. That was part of the reason why I asked for your take. Yeah. And I mean, that's just, you know, that's just how it is, man. I mean, because it's companies manufacturing this stuff. And I mean, like, you know, now if you want to do Codex color schemes and you're using, you know, other people's paint lines, then yeah, it's up to you to find the approximates. Now, on Daka, there's a good paint comparison chart that shows the approximates for everything, and I think we've shown it. I think I posted it on Discord, or I posted it. No, I think I posted it on Discord, and it's it's really handy. It's not complete. It's not 100%. But it's enough to get you started and get you going in the right directions, you know? So, yeah. That phone can piss off. Somebody's trying to call me again. Anyway. What time we at here? Holy crap, it's already 15 minutes after. Jeez Louise, I'm already way past time here. What the hell is going on here? Ishyab. Kris, if I'm not wrong, which you're not, I'm sure, in regards to Hunter Green, doesn't that go to the Pantone color scheme? That which is used in the typical format in the printing world? Sure, but different companies are going to print it in different ways, right? And like I said, like how I interpret it off my computer screen is not the same way you're interpreting it off your computer screen, because our computer screens are not calibrated the same way. Computer screens, even within the same product line. Have you ever gone to like, you know, like computer stores and seen like all the monitors set up, and they'll have, say, like the same bit of wallpaper, and you'll see there's different colors across all that same imagery, right? Because they're not all calibrated the same way. Now, there are devices that can calibrate everything properly, but, you know, yeah, I mean, anyway. If you're doing a codex color scheme, in short, if you're doing a codex color scheme, just follow GW's guide. You know, like why make it more difficult than it needs to be, you know? Razzie over here. I reject your reality and substitute my own. Sure. And why not, right? I mean, you know, do what you got to do. I'm tired. I don't know where we were going with all this. Like, why was this an issue? Why was this an issue? I don't understand. Why was this an issue? John Jay, we know you're past your time. We just weren't going to tell you. Ishab, yeah, I agree in regards to different companies, different monitor views, etc. Like much in life, it's a matter of perspective. Yeah, it is a matter of perspective, because I mean, like, you also perceive colors differently than I do. We might have healthy vision, but you might see things closer to a bluer spectrum than I might see things close to a redder spectrum. You know what I mean? Like, you know, some people are, a lot of people out there are colorblind, and they don't even see the same spectrum as us, you know? Like sometimes when I'm sitting here and I'm working on something and Aaron walked by and I'll go, Aaron, like, how do these colors look to you? And then immediately I go, oh yeah, colorblind. And I forget. And I feel like an idiot because not seeing things the same way as me. Holy shit, Dark Commission, what did you just post in the general? That's all the paints. Why are we posting all the paints? Why are we posting all the paints in the chat? Oh no, Discord's breaking down. The monkeys are breaking down in Discord. What's going on? Why are you posting all this shit in the Discord? Or are you just posting all the names of Citadel paint names? Why are we doing that? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Oh. Ishab, no issue. Just a question. What is forescreen? I'm not even going to answer that now. Sammy, I'm not even answering it, buddy. I'm sorry. I think you're just trying to egg me on now. John J. Kris, who's the half-naked guy in the Way of the Brush intro video? That cutscene always makes me giggle. That's the Gim. That's Gim. In Discord, he's the bearded Gim. He's a longtime friend of mine. I've known since high school. We've been doing this 40K stuff for frickin' ages, and as long as I've been an Eldar player, he's been an Eldar hater. Now, he doesn't hate Eldar just because of me, but, you know. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah, Razil, you got the right sentiment there. So, if you're brand new to this hobby and you need a question answered, and you're attending live, you can ask in the chat. Of course, you can ask that question, send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com, send me an email. Of course, if you want to show off what you're working on, you want some help with your color scheme or anything like that, you know, again, send it to Kris@miniwargaming. Post pictures. If you're going to send pictures, post them as attachments in the email. Don't send me to links to, like, you know, Flickr or anything like that, because it's a pain in my ass, and please don't do it. And yeah, so join me at wayofthebrush.com. That has become the central hub of everything Way of the Brush. We got the Facebook page, we got the Twitter, we got the Instagram, we got the Discord. We're gonna head over to Discord in a little bit here, because I don't know what the hell these guys are doing in Discord. These guys are posting all these names in here. I don't, like, what? Oh, it's the old names versus the new names. Well, you only have just the last generation. You gotta go back. I mean, you want. Come on, Dark Commission. You want to impress me? Show me from 85 to 2018. Give me all the names. So give me what Averland Sunset. If Averland Sunset existed before Here we go. Now you gotta know your old colors. Because the paint line only, how big was the paint line before versus how big is it today? Is it bigger, smaller, same size? These are the questions you have to answer in Discord now. We're gonna have some discussion now. So, I don't know where the hell I was going with any of this. Join me on Discord. We're gonna jump over to Discord right now after the show. We usually do this after Wave the Brush. We head over to Discord and we usually end up just kind of shooting the breeze over there and talking about whatever and crazy crap. And yeah, so Wave the Brush t-shirts, they help the cause. And of course, I want to thank all my patrons, of course. You know, without them, a lot of these upgrades and stuff like that. And, you know, wavethebrush.com. Wavethebrush.com wouldn't come to be if I hadn't, you know, without the support of patrons, because I would never got it done, never got it completed and, you know, posted and ready and, you know, all that. And so I want to thank patrons because they've been a huge help in this regards. And, you know, it's been great. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to go forward with. Some of you guys, did we talk about it in the show last week about miniatures? About a miniature, making a Wave the Brush miniature? If I did talk about it on the show last week, just a quick reminder. Yeah, so Resident Wargaming. What's Discord? What's Discord? Jeez Louise, go to type in Discord into Google. You type in Discord into Google and you find out. Make me look up Hunter Green. Hunter Green, you kidding me? Oh man. So anyway, yeah. Dr. Richard, man, my hobby goes back 3 years, but you've thrown down the gauntlet. Right, well, exactly. I mean, like, you know, you've only gone back, like, not even, I mean, because they've changed the names partway through this current range of paints. They've changed some of the names and flopped some things, and I don't know why they did that, but anyway, I think we're done, right? So thank you to the patrons. Thank you for buying t-shirts, Wave the Brush shirts. And of course, all the monkeys who have bought shirts, send me pictures of yourselves so that I can put it in the Monkey Shrine on wavethebrush.com. Monkey Shrine. I want all you guys in the Monkey Shrine so that I can, you know, grab my Bob Ross idol and, you know, I can pray for you guys and we can, you know, we can spread the Bob Rossness around and, you know, and just I'll just sit there and I'll have, like, you know, the smoke billowing and, you know, yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just kidding. But it would be kind of funny if I was. If you guys see me doing that, I don't know, half bare ass with like a big paintbrush and a Bob Ross idol and was dancing around a fire. Oh man. Let's get the hell out of here. It's a Saturday. Let's go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Let's get some more work done, or let's do something. I don't know. But let's get the heck out of here. I'm on the wrong computer here. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next week. Next week? Yeah, next week. But there won't be a show the following week because I'll be at Adepticon. Although I may try and post stuff. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to see. We might try and do like a live thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's really up in the air. We're really just kind of, you know. Mig Ozen, take care. Over on Twitch. You were quiet the whole time, Mig. Migozen? Anyway. Aaron Seach, you would need the fro though. Yeah. You know what? Like if I could, I'd get this son of a bitch permed into a big ass fro, and I would rock this giant ass fro. Because I mean, like, my hair is pretty long, right? But I mean, like, you know, if I permed it out into a fro, yeah, it'd probably only be like an inch from my head, but you know. Anyway, take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next week. Next week? Yeah, next week. Something like that.